And then he was talking about Spider-Man specifically having so many movies and so many games. He's the most popular superhero of all time. Like, what are we talking about? Of course he's gonna have movies and shows and games and figurines and book bags and stuff. He probably had a Spider-Man book bag when he was a kid. I don't know why he's like making a complaint about that. Like, he probably tried to jump off the swings as Spider-Man and do this shit, flicking it in people's faces on the playground. Like, you know you've done that shit. That's why he hit so many movies. As I was doing my usual scrolling endeavors, I saw this video, right? And I wanted to give my opinion on this video. Now, the reason I want to give an opinion on this video is because I think it is important to have dialogue when you disagree with somebody, right? And I kind of want to just speak to his thought process and just, you know, the opinion that he formulated about Rivals and just Marvel in general, right? I don't know if this is bait, but this video feels like bait. No, you know what I'm saying? No personal jabs or anything like that. I just think I disagree with what he's saying, and I just want to talk about it. All right, so let's just hear him out. Let's hear him out. I mean, we'll put it on 1.5. Because he kind of
Marvel Rivals.
He talks a little slow
for a little while, at least until I get over this hump. But the primary issue that I have with Marvel Rivals is kind of similar to the issue that I have with Marvel as a whole. So I'm going to try to lump my issue in this video with Rivals to what I have with Marvel as a universe, and hopefully it makes sense. So let me start off with that.
And I will pause it when I'm like disagreeing and stuff, and I'm gonna talk in between. All right, type shit. I just want to make sure, you know, laying the ground rules.
Actually, a story. I stopped playing comp for a very long time. The highest I ever got in comp was Grandmaster, right?
Notice that. That's the first thing. I just want to take note of his peak. Just want to, is no, you know what I'm saying? No shade or nothing. I'm just saying that's his peak rank. It's GM. Let me tighten up my mic or my camera.
Was Grandmaster, right? So I don't feel like I have to prove anything to myself because I proved to myself that I'm skilled enough to level up to a certain rank. Mind you, I ranked up to Grandmaster while employed. That matters. I'm not being funny, but when you do work throughout the day, you come to play Marvel Rivals as like a decompressing type of thing. Not more so you're playing all day to rank up. That matters. I don't know if it does to you, but it definitely does to me. So I jumped into comp the other night because I was just like, well, quick play. These motherfuckers just don't know what they want to do. They want to go 4 DPS, 5 DPS actually, and 1 healer. And yeah, I'm not even about to and I get into comp, and here's the thing. I feel free to critique anyone on my team because you're free to critique me. If I'm not doing well as a DPS or a tank, let me know. I'll switch. However, also the reason why I feel the need and the ability to critique anybody on my team is because I have lords and fluently play every single role.
I will say what you say right here. I agree with. This is kind of like the filler before like the part I really want to kind of get to. But we'll get there. But this part right here, I have no problems with what he's saying. I agree.
I fill in for a tank when needed. I will fill in for a DPS when needed, even though we rarely ever need a DPS because we have 10,000 of them. And I will definitely fill in for a healer. So if I see a healer not doing what needs to be done, I'm going to come on the mic respectfully and say, hey, maybe we should switch. Or what I've been doing now, I will say, hey, do you mind if we switch and I play heals? Okay. Right? So we have an Invisible Woman. Now, the reason why I definitely felt the need to critique Invisible Woman is because Invisible Woman is my #1 healer. I'm really good with her. So I get on the microphone, I'm like, hey, Invis, do you mind if we switch? And I just kind of play healer. I never said like, you know, hey, you suck. Let me, take over. He got on the microphone. Why? Because I'm acing. Why the fuck? I said, hold on. I asked the question.
I ain't gonna lie. It really be like this, though. It don't matter if somebody's doing horrible or not. If they see that little ace symbol next to their screen, they gonna think that they doing the absolute best on the team. The whole time they suck. But it's different. That's not what I'm here for, though. I'm just saying I agree with what he's saying up until this point.
I was just asking the question. It did not warrant all of that. So I began to talk. And the moment he heard my voice, he was like, first off, don't talk to me with your zesty-ass voice.
Cooked him. I have nothing to say about this. That's funny to me, and I know a few people gonna get a laugh out of it. But obviously, as the person that's receiving that, he's probably not feeling the best about it. But he speaks with a bit of femininity. You just gotta hold that, twin. I ain't gonna lie.
This is why I don't play comp, because y'all say get on the microphone and communicate. But the moment I do, and I don't care what anyone says. That's annoying. That is very fucking annoying. And this ties in to the issue I have with Marvel as a whole. I am starting to see that Marvel as a whole is some type of patriarchy.
I'm gonna let him finish, but that is the baseline for his argument. Okay, just know that. Just note that. Like, keep that in your noodle as we proceed with the rest of this video. That he believes that he's gonna explain why. We're just gonna let him explain why. But I just want that to be highlighted for now.
Boys are going to always be done right. The Captain Americas, your Hulks, your Wolverines, your Spider-Mans, all the time. Like, we have like 15 million fucking Spider-Man games and movies. Like, Spider-Man can do no wrong. All the boys are going to be done right, but the girls in both Rivals and the movies, in my opinion, are used as plot devices. I want to sidetrack for a minute, but WandaVision, at that time during the pandemic, was...
Before he goes in this WandaVision tangent, okay? He said that the women in Rivals are sidelined, sidetracked, and in movies or whatnot are used as plot devices, right? I just want to say how much I disagree with this, okay? And the reason that I disagree with it, specifically when it's talking about Rivals, is because the best characters in this game are the women characters. Emma on release was the best tank in the game, and for a while she was the best tank even after she got nerfed a few times. She could not see the light of day. Throwback to when early seasons when Storm was an insta-ban, and then she got a team up with Human Torch, and they were both insta-bans. Let's talk about Phoenix. I can low-key just end right there. Let's talk about Phoenix. Let's talk about Elsa. Let's talk about Cloak and Dagger. Let's talk about Invisible Woman. These are all the best characters in the game that I'm talking about, and they're women. Like, the idea that he's saying these characters are being put in the game and they're not as strong or they're not getting as much attention, they're broken as fuck. Like, what are you talking about? They're broken as fuck. I don't get this argumentation. They're broken. They're literally the best of the best characters in the game. Like, if you did not have like an Elsa on your team, even right now, if you don't have an Elsa on your team, you're banning that character because she's broken as fuck. Hella, what are we talking about? Let me finish the video. But I just had to. I just disagree with this foolishness, bro. I disagree with it.
Probably the most popular TV show at all time. Not even just Marvel.
This is true.
WandaVision was so epic. I don't think y'all understand how epic that show was. To then follow up with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now, here you have the strongest Avenger who had this character development, and then if you read the original script of what Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be, it made a whole lot more sense than what we got. Wanda was not supposed to be off the bat an evil being, like, corrupted by the dark hole. And to me, that made no sense because of several reasons. When you have the most powerful witch, so you would think that she's not going to be as prone to corruption as someone like Agatha Harkness.
I'm gonna assume my brother here did not, like, he does not know, or he does not read any comics when it comes to like these characters or whatever. So I don't really care about this part. I'm just gonna chalk it up to ignorance. Like, I didn't read the original screenplay for what that movie was supposed to be. I actually liked that Strange movie, the Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was pretty good. I thought they portrayed Wanda as a very powerful threat and the Darkhold as a very powerful, like, power source. And so powerful that it obviously took control of Wanda. So I have no, this is an agree to disagree. I'm gonna chalk it up to you didn't read the comics about, like Wanda or anything like that. I don't really care. So this part I really don't care about. It's whatever.
But she was a plot device to move the movie forward. We don't, and I even heard like the dialogue with the scriptwriter. They were like, why wait to use this most powerful Avenger as a villain? Let's use her now. No, it's a way to do it. It didn't make any sense. And I feel like they've done that with the girls in the X-Men.
Honestly, I'll say that, like, for you to say that doesn't make any sense. This is just my opinion, but I feel like you probably didn't maybe understand it, but like, and that's just a you thing. Like, I don't think that's like a writer thing. I don't think that movie incorrectly used Scarlet Witch as a villain. I think they use America Chavez as a great like addition in that movie, and a great like she, honestly, if you want to call her a plot device, I would agree that there is characters that are plot devices in that movie, but pretty much any character in any movie could be considered a plot device. Like, Stephen Strange is a damn plot device. He's the main fucking character, But I do think that their portrayal of those characters were very good. I have no complaints about it, personally. I'm just disagreeing with that, but it's not...
Movies, Jean, Storm, of course. Like, Storm...
Like, it's not a big deal, in my opinion.
She gets no love in Rivals and the movie. And that's lucky how...
Storm not getting love in Rivals is because she was broken at the beginning of the game, nigga. She was literally the best DPS at a point in time. Like this was the go-to ban because of how strong she was, and this was not even just ranked or quick play. This was pro scene. Like, nigga, we gotta play like Storm because of how dominant she was at the time. Before they nerfed her ult, before they nerfed her damage, before they nerfed her flight speed and all that kind of stuff, nigga, she was busted. She was busted. Like, I don't know how long he's been playing this game, but the reason she don't get no love now is because she doesn't need it. She got love before, and we saw what happened, nigga. She was a terrorist.
I feel about Rivals because I feel like the boys always get done right. They have overshields just for fighting. Why?
I thought that was my phone. It was his phone that just vibrated. Sorry.
As me, a rogue tank, am I squabbling with the fucking squishy ass Daredevil?
Rogue is a great tank. I genuinely, I have to disagree with this opinion because I actually think I have a very high opinion of Rogue. I don't play Rogue. I fight against a lot of them though, and I play with some on my team. Rogue is a very, very good tank in the right hands. Like obviously with any character, it could be can be good in the right hands, but like Rogue is very strong, bro. Especially with that Gambit team up. She is a very strong tank, and I think she's in a very good position right now. I don't think you need to nerf her or buff her or anything. I think she's strong and she holds her place in certain comps. Like that is not a character you should be complaining about when you're fighting against a Daredevil, bro. Like you can win that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can win those ones. It's a skill.
Because the moment he swings a nunchuck, he gets 100 overshield health. And they do that for all the...
I agree with him. That shit is broken. Nerf that. I don't like Daredevil's like counter right click thing where he's swinging the nunchucks. I mean, I agree with it, but I don't agree with the positioning of this argument. Like that move is broken. Yes, the reason that he has that move and it's broken is not because he's a guy though. Like that's my the way I pick apart that statement.
Boys, Winter Soldier. Well, I get Wolverine because he has a healing factor. That makes sense. However, that's just how they're wired. The girls don't, they kind of like, even with Wanda, like I just feel like, she's great. She's very fun to use, but like even to a point, I'm like, girl, you're fighting the Scarlet Witch. Make it make sense.
But he also complained about the overshield. But characters like Bucky, like I agree that Bucky should not be getting overshield for every single move that he does if he misses. But there's characters that do get overshields for moves that they hit, such as magic. Like characters like getting overshield is a thing for most characters in the game. I don't think it's like I can agree with the fact that some characters should not get overshield in certain moves, but I don't agree with the fact that they get that overshield because they're a guy. Like I don't think there's no real good evidence to substantiate that because of the overwhelming amount of meta characters that just happen to be female in this game. Like, but I'm gonna continue the video and let him play out a little bit more.
The reason why I bring all of this up is because I feel like Marvel has built this very, very homophobic, misogynistic, patriarchal fan base. That is the reason why when I ask a question in comp, like, hey, do you mind if we switch? I get a very homophobic answer because that's the fan base. That's the fan base that we have to deal with. On top of skill issues. Now,
I think the issue that I really have with this guy's argument is that he's conflating. He's kind of not conflating. He's mashing up like three separate issues and making them into one argument. And these three issues should be separate conversations, right? Like, characters are strong in rivals. Yes. The community is toxic and doesn't like, certain people. Yes. He's also making the argument that like Marvel doesn't care about, the Marvel and the developers don't care about women as much as they care about men. That's a separate argument. But he's saying like these three things are all intertwined, and I don't think that makes for a solid argument in the slightest. Like I don't really care about the community talk. I like the talk about how Rivals community is. I'm just gonna put that part to the side. The thing about the characters specifically and their display of them, Rivals and Marvel and the comics and every like Marvel media entity there is shows so much love to their women characters. Because like, and then he was talking about Spider-Man specifically having so many movies and so many games. He's the most popular superhero of all time. Like, what are we talking about? Of course he's gonna have movies and shows and games and figurines and book bags and stuff. He probably had a Spider-Man book bag when he was a kid. I don't know why he's like making a complaint about that. Like, he probably tried to jump off the swings as Spider-Man and do this shit, flicking it in people's faces on the playground. Like, you've done that shit. That's why he gets so many movies. And why is it, if we're talking about women representation in movies, why are we not talking about the women Silver Surfer in the recent Fantastic Four? Now that we're talking about it, and there was so much backlash about that, and that woman did fantastic in that movie. That was a great Silver Surfer.
Honestly, I'm a very skilled player. I have very good, aim. I have very good hand-eye coordination. I have very good reaction time.
Yes, Paige. All right, we'll check it out.
I believe it.
I want to look at the comments first though, because I looked at like the first 3 comments and I knew I was getting rage baited, and I had to like leave it because I was like, I'm gonna react to the rest of it on stream. But yeah,
because the stats don't lie, numbers don't lie, and every time I'm entering into a match, whether it be a quick play match or a comp, I'm always getting SVP when we lose. Always, it never failed. So along with skill issues, along with the developers putting a little bit more attention into the men roster version. the men's side of the roster. Along,
I just disagree with this point about the developers putting love into the men's side of the game. Like, I have to disagree with that because like the proof is in the pudding that they don't put a lot of effort into the like guy's side of the game. If we're gonna break it up like this, Cap America just got shot in the face. He just got shot in the face. Daredevil just got nerfed as well. Bucky just got nerfed. Hawkeye just got nerfed.
He deserved that shit though.
Okay, whether they deserve it or not, right? Which I agree with you. They deserve those characters were strong. Blade has never been good. He was asleep in that one map, and then they brought him into the game, and he was still asleep. Like, what are we talking about?
I feel like when it comes to these female characters, right, they're releasing a lot of unknown female characters.
Luna.
Like Angela, Black Cat, Elsa. Like, they're releasing a lot of unknown characters that a lot of people don't care for. So their idea is, let's make their kit as interesting as possible so they can have a bigger player base on the game compared to the other characters like Blade. Blade is a popular character, right? They just released him, and his kit is kind of boring, right? Mm-hmm. But he's still a popular character, so people like him. They don't really need to go as crazy for people to play him. But like, you got characters like Black Cat. Who the fuck cares about Black Cat? But let's make her kit super interesting so people can play her. Let's make Elsa super interesting and fun to play her so people can play her.
Loki, when you think
about
Gambit
it, Gambit was kind of like basic, but like it's Gambit, so obviously people are gonna play him.
I was gonna say, when you think about the men characters in the like
Marvel men characters are more popular than female characters.
Yeah, but like it's exactly what you said, that like people are gonna play this character because it's this character, not because that character is good. Like, and then there's some cases where the character comes out and they're good, like Gambit, but people are gonna play Gambit regardless. They still play him after all the nerfs or whatever. Like, niggas was gonna play Ultron no matter how good or bad like he was because it was Ultron. Like, and that's it.
With the girls being used as plot devices, along with the girls kind of just being there as like support characters, even though it just doesn't feel right. So I'm going to uninstall Marvel Rivals for a bit.
Let me go back, because what
along with the girls being used as plot devices, every time I'm entering into a match, whether it be a quick play match or a comp, I'm always getting SVP.
You better bring out the big dog.
Always, it never fails. So along with skill issues, along with the developers putting a little bit more attention into the men roster version, the men's side of the roster, along with the girls being used as plot devices, along with the girls kind of just being there.
Like that's another thing that he keeps saying though. He's talking about the women in Marvel being like, and I'm assuming he's talking about movies specifically, because he keeps using the term plot devices, and I think he's throwing around this term a little too lightly, because he's making the claim that like Marvel only uses women characters like as plot devices.
Marvel.
Yes, Marvel, like the MCU. I think that's such a bad argument. The thing of being labeled a plot device is not a bad thing. Like, that is how you create a story, is that you use plot devices to put them together. You can use characters to put them together. If we're talking about the MCU, you can use movies as plot devices. We've seen filler movies like Eternals that have like, and even shows, all of the Disney Plus shows at one point was a plot device. This most recent Loki season was a plot device, because now we know that Loki is in the freaking center of all the multiversal things, and that is a plot device to go into Secret Wars and into Doomsday. Like, these things are all plot devices. The end, like cutscenes or whatever in Fantastic Four, that's a plot device. Him calling the women in Rivals or in Marvel a plot device is not a bad thing. It's sure, it could be true, and you know what I'm saying, people can even disagree if that is the case or not, but that's not a bad thing, because there's also guys that are plot devices, like guy characters that are plot devices. The show Wonder is a plot device to the new Punisher movie that's about to come out. Like, it's a plot device, but that doesn't mean that show was any bad. Huh?
How?
Oh yeah, see, because it's setting up for his appearance in that. Like, even that Punisher, the Punisher like show, that special, that's a plot device to the Spider-Man movie, because both of them are gonna show up in that movie. Like, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't invalidate those characters or their shows from being good, because those experiences are still good, but they could still be playing a part in a bigger like delivery. Like, that's not a bad thing. I don't know why this nigga keeps saying this is like the women in the thing is like being used as a plot device is a bad thing. I just don't think this nigga understands the media, bruh. But I could be wrong. I don't know. That's one of the points I really disagree on with what he's saying. Anyways,
as like support characters, even though it just doesn't feel right. So I'm going to uninstall Marvel Rivals for a bit, because I just have had enough with the fan base. I've had enough with the arguing over the microphone. I've had enough with the throwing. I've had enough with, we're clearly fucking losing, so why one of the two healers are going to go DPS all of a sudden? I'm done with all that shit. And I'm just going to just stop playing games that require me to rely on other motherfuckers to get a win. So that's just where I'm at with it. Another thing that I forgot to add is during that WandaVision era, Elizabeth Olsen should have had a 5-year, if not more, contract of just being in movies.
Honestly, the rest of what he's saying, I don't really give a fuck. That's his opinion. But let's look at the comments, though. Miss Victoria, top comment. She said the concept of Sue being a support when she's never done anything that gives healer when Reed is the one with the braids could have been the support. This right here is somebody that has never read the comics. I'm assuming this person has not read the comics, and that's why I disagree with this statement. But truthfully, every iteration of the characters in Rivals is like a variant of the comic book characters that we know, right? They made a character like Gambit who has never, to my knowledge, who has never used his cards as a way to heal. They made it a variant, right? When he had his lobotomy, they made it so that I forgot exactly the lore behind it in Rivals or whatever, but there's a line of comics that come out with these characters that explains why they are the way they are, right? Sue is one of the top 4 healers in this game. It has been that for multiple seasons since she's come out. Like, her being a support is a good thing because she's strong as fuck at it. Could she have been a good DPS? Sure. Could she have made for a great tank? Absolutely. But she is a damn good support. So this right here makes no sense to me. Reed could have been a tank, if we're being honest. He could have been a tank. What would he have done as a support? I want to know what Victoria thinks. In my opinion, I don't think Reed would have made for a good support character, but I don't know, because his line of comics, if it made sense enough to put him in that role, they could have put him in that role. Any character could have been in any role in this game, and they would have had a comic to back it up because they had their own line of Marvel comics with these rival characters. So whatever they want is whatever we're gonna get. We gotta take that. You feel me? I wanted Gambit to be a DPS personally, but he's a support. I gotta hold that. And what can I say? The lobotomy went the other way, I suppose. I don't know. Storm, our girl, is the strongest mutant in the multiverse, and they didn't give her anything, and she can't get even movement. She goes at him with the team up. This statement right here is the strongest mutant in the multiverse. This is with all due respect. I'm not clowning on either of these people or even the creator themselves. I'm just saying this is showing your level of knowledge when it comes to this, right? Storm is nowhere near at all the strongest mutant in the multiverse at all. Actually, not even close. I'm sorry, that's not even true. And if we're talking about her depiction in this game, she was strong in the first couple seasons. She was very strong. She got nerfed. Do your research. This is a stupid statement. Respectfully, sorry. This is an ignorant statement. Now this is the comment that I saw. This is the comment that I saw, and I was like, I've seen enough. Oh my God, you're so right. Wanda and Phoenix should be way more powerful. Are we talking about the same Wanda and Phoenix? Are me and you talking about the same Wanda and Phoenix? Excuse me. Let's move Wanda out of the conversation. We're talking about the big dogs right now. The same Phoenix? Are we talking about the same Jean Grey? Us in the game? Are we playing the same game? Are we both playing NetEase Chinese Marvel Rivals? I don't think we are. Phoenix should be more powerful? How? How is she not powerful enough? You greedy bastard. You're so greedy. You're so greedy. Thank you. This guy actually understands ball. Most video game characters, you have to nerf them. This is true because there is characters like Wanda. Wanda would literally be the most broken character in the game. Adam, he would be one of the most broken characters in the game. You can't have characters be their Thor. You can't have characters be their actual level of strength. Bucky realistically is getting shot on by a lot of the niggas in the cast, but in this game he's a very strong character. Spider-Man's realistically not hanging with a lot of the Omega level mutants that are in this game, unless what I'm saying, he got assistants and just other comic shit I don't really got to go down to or whatever. But yeah, This guy right here, Phoenix should be a lot more durable in the game than she is. Her health is low in my opinion. This is where I close it out. This is where I've closed out the comments because this is what I realized that you, Mr. Daniel Mo, nice name, the third, me and you just have different opinions on the game. You are probably a quick play demon. I respect it. Phoenix should not be any more durable than she is. She literally has a teleport and she has flight and she gets health back. She heals as she attacks you and she has an ult that literally fills her entire health bar up. What more durability do you need? What more do you need? You greedy bastard. You don't need anything more. You greedy bastard. Alright though. That's enough of that. Alright, Knock. I'm about to go see what this nigga what's on this nigga page real quick. Oh my god.
They said the Emma skin is ugly. How y'all feel about that?
The Emma skin? I don't know. I gotta check it out in a second. So he doesn't have any gameplay on his
there you go right there.
On his page. There's actually a lot more interesting videos.
Your ass on the screen. Yeah. In the conversation right there. In the conversation right there. Like, I just knew what it was, bro. Gosh. The only rivals was as simple as shaking your ass.
I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna just close it out.
Say something.
I'm gonna just close it out.
Say something.
I'm gonna just close it out.
Say something.
That's all I gotta say, right? On his page, there's no
That's
gameplay,
all,
so we can't see it. You know what I'm saying? His page is more focused towards other things. Respectfully.
Say something.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go.
And it's always that archetype too, bro. I just don't get it.
What is that archetype, bro?
Ooh.
Archetype, bro.
Ooh. Don't specify that. Don't specify that. Let's look at this. Let's look at this Emma skin real quick. What are you talking about? Where is that?